So I'm watching this show called Blackout, and it's just weird. It's rules that was made in the beginning of time for reasons. And I remember reading this passage where it literally tells you that people are innocent until they are proven guilty. You have to find evidence to prove that that person was indeed the criminal of the crime that was committed. You can't just push evidence on somebody. And if you don't have evidence, you can't just tell somebody, "Oh yeah, you murdered this person," and then have them reacting a murder that they don't even remember committing. And I just watched that happen on here. And it pissed me off because it was like, okay, you don't have evidence. You placed the boy in jail with no evidence, right? And then say you find evidence years later that points into a totally different direction, and everybody that he ever spoken to literally did not believe that he did not commit the crime because he was the last person to see the girls, and he was drunk when he seen them because he was celebrating his birthday. They were celebrating with him, I'm guessing, but he was the last person to see them. Only thing that happened, the girls wasn't there no more. But he wasn't even at the crime scene anyway. He was basically dragged out of his house. So he got dragged out of bed that morning from the police officers. Um, and they basically was trying to tell him how he had committed the crime, like he had did something with the girls, because he was the last person to see them. And all they seen was blood splatter. They didn't find the actual girls. So now they're blaming the crime on him. Don't really have no evidence, okay, that he committed the crime or was there at the time that the crime had occurred. They're not saying nothing. They just telling the boy he did it. And they pinning it on him, and they placed his ass in jail for 11 years. Now, the fucked up thing about this whole situation is that they let someone who actually committed the crime stay out into the public where he can commit even more crimes and get the fuck away with it. Because if he calmed down, though, while this man was locked up, if he calmed down and they wait till this man get released to commit another crime, they're going to blame him again because what they just did to him, they forced him into jail. He's being bullied right now. And he didn't even commit the crime that was done. It was somebody else, y'all. And this boy suffered 11 years at 19 years of age. He just turned 19. And he had to suffer in prison for 11 years. It just reminds me of what the fuck they be doing to people these days and what they have done back